Pisces have the Strength and you have the Ace of Cups. So a lot of you Pisces are internally learning about yourselves. Okay. I see that if you Pisces want to be more powerful spiritually, and then from spiritually making better, higher quality decisions for yourself on a day-to-day level, you have to go through this transformation, right? The 4th, the 8th, and the 12th houses are very, i.e. the water houses, are very transformational, very transformational. So the 3 of Pentacles now is about how, you want someone that actually takes you seriously, but from a perspective of someone that isn't going to disappoint you, someone that actually has some form of decency and shows up for you. None of that, they're just fast-paced, talking just to be flashy. But in actuality, these people are not really serious about really getting to know you like that. So now the thing is that the 4 of Wands is all about how, so, you're asking the universe for something serious. And since you're asking the universe for something serious, right? Because you actually putting it out there that this is really what it is that you want. You Pisces have to understand that since that's the case, you're in a situation where your patience level is going to have to go up, because the majority of the world is into playing games. They're into paying for company. They're into allowing themselves to get paid for company, trying to flex, trying to be super disrespectful without any kind of real reason as to why. You know what I mean? No real justification as to why it is that they're being so disrespectful in the first place, and obtuse and downright combative, all based upon bigoted ideas of how much money you think a person has versus how much they actually do have. You not really knowing how much money a person has, but you are constantly pocket watching and guessing and pontificating on how much a person has. But then when a person treats you like trash or treats you a certain kind of way, now you want to act like you're not that, even though you're putting yourself out there. So you Pisces have to understand that you're asking for a tall order, because is it so difficult? In actuality, really, no. But to dishonorable, disrespectful individuals, you're asking them to do a lifetime's worth of work. So the Death card represents, a lot of you Pisces have to understand, like I said, transformational. So y'all have, and then we're referring to the Death card, which is Scorpio, which is the 8th house. Transformational energy, right? So you Pisces have to really begin to understand that kind of intention, that kind of, wanting to find someone that works with you in that regard of relationships. And relationships, especially done the correct way, are severely transformational in on themselves. That's why the Cup cards, right, are known as water, right, representing the water signs. So the Ace of Wands and the 6 of Swords is all about how what's changed in you is you're unwilling to accept people's lack of support. Like you're not tolerating it. Like for instance, what I mean when I say the games that people play is very, very subtle, I mean it from the perspective of you could be in a position where you can tell, just like what Ebony K. Williams said, hey, a person can be like, hey, I need you at this award show, I'm getting an award. And if you're not there to support the person, it's like, oh, okay, you don't rock with me like that. Or maybe you do, but you putting your career in front of the relationship that we could have had. So I got to leave you now because you really don't see the bigger picture. And that's the scenario. That's the particular situation. So the Three of Wands and the Six of Swords is all about just that. The idea that, the idea that people make up silly excuses to not actually support, because when you're going through something, goofy people really will dip out. And then when you come back and you ask them, well, what happened? Why'd you do that? They'll make up all kind of manner of excuses. They'll make up all kinds of excuses. So the thing is that the Ten of Swords now is all about how you Pisces have been through all of that already. You've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and y'all don't want to have to deal, like I said, with goofy individuals anymore who, who all intensive purposes are not really doing anything because they're so worried about all the wrong stuff, right? So the Justice and the King of Cups now is about how, because ultimately you're not worried about it because they will get what it is that they deserve, right? The Justice, they're going to get what they deserve. And then you, Pisces, represents the higher octave of Libra. You understand what I'm saying? So they're definitely going to get what it is that they deserve, someone who would be wasting your time. The King of Cups, you're looking for someone that ultimately would bring you not only would bring you that level of justice where they respect you. They respect your time, right? Time is a valuable asset that none of us can ever really get back. Otherwise, we, for the most part, a lot of us would choose to be younger and have more time on our clock, right? So the thing about it is that, so if a person cannot respect you, I'm just seeing that that respect and certain level of seriousness when it comes to dating you has to come from a potential significant other. You Pisces have to see that. And I'm glad that a lot of you Pisces are starting to really get hip to that, because a lot of you are actually starting to really stake your claim, actually be able to verbalize what you want, because that's a part of the game. If you really want to be serious with this, regardless of if you're doing it for money, regardless of if you're doing it for a long-term serious soulmate, you have to get real with oneself. Otherwise, no matter what, you're not going to be able to get to where it is that you want to go. You can't even get the money unless you're being serious with yourself. You have to be able to say that that's what it is that you into, so that you can actually state a price up front. Same thing if you're not into that lifestyle. You have to be able to say to yourself, hey, listen, I want someone that actually cares about me and that puts in an effort in order for me to actually put in an effort to them too. I am uninterested in someone who is lackadaisical, lazy, does not think they have to put in effort, and downright will not only not put in an effort, but throw me up underneath the bus, metaphorically speaking, if they feel like they have a chance and they have a chance to level up and do something better. And that goes on either side. So let's clarify the Justice. Four of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. So for right now, the Four of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, you're going to wait and be very patient and get to know people, but not rush into anything. When you are getting to know people as you are hanging out with them, not only are you Pisces observing them and asking them questions, but you're also being patient. That's another thing too. You're not going to sweat your heads up about the 30-day thing, about you having to drop them drawers. If it gets to that, you will. But the trick about it, the good thing about it, Pisces, is most people, when it comes to being on their best behavior, they can't even last for 30 days, because when you asking them questions, you end up picking up red flags if there are a lot. So the thing is that the Page of Swords and the Queen of Cups is about how, and this is not something that you're going to tolerate. Once a lot of you Pisces begin to see if a person has some red flags, right? Like, if they're, I mean, the whole arrested thing, you know what I mean? Like, some people really could choose, some people really have been arrested and really have chosen to turn their life around. You're not really going to knock that. But I mean, from the perspective of like you getting to know them and they say that their character is reformed, but then they're still on some BS because they're still trying to be disrespectful and play games and act like they're so much better and stuff like this. You know what I mean? So don't worry, they're gonna get their just desserts because the person, for instance, a person who tried to play me out thought that they were getting a car and they were moving up in the world. They were so worried about trying to stunt off on people and the need to move super fast. They ended up getting a lemon. They ended up getting a car that was a piece of junk that soon broke down on them. But they so badly wanted to stunt off on me. So don't worry about it, Pisces. Continue to move at your pace. Listen, comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers by the end of January. If this reading brought you value, if this reading touched you, if you felt something from this reading, then it means it's time for you to come get a personal reading from me. There's a link in the comment section called the link tree. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website in which it has a drop-down menu of all the ways that you can support me. From my Instagram page, right? Follow me there. From my Teespring store, go ahead. It's getting colder. So go ahead and check out my sweatpants, my sweatshirts, my hoodies, my t-shirts. Go ahead and buy my books. And remember, if you're going to go ahead and buy my books and you're reading them, please go ahead and go back to Amazon and give them some great reviews if you like them, so that it can help with the algorithm that's on Amazon, because Amazon uses AI too. And if you come through and get a personalized reading from me, right? If you get the $100 1 hour private reading from me, the next time you come back, if you want a 30-minute reading, instead of it being $70, it'll be $50.